Hey, welcome to Gracie Schwarzwald. I'm here with Erkan Mete, and we're going over our complete Gracie Self-Defense Course. And we're working on takedowns now. And we're going to work on what I consider sort of the hub, the center hub of your clinch takedown game from a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu perspective. And that is the body fold, okay? Something I've been talking to you guys about in class is just like if we're on the ground and you go for an arm bar and I pull my arm out, what happens? You switch to the triangle. I defend the triangle by wrapping, you switch the omoplata. I roll out, you come to side control. It's a flow, right? If something happens where I defend, you don't just go, oh, well, this technique is bad and I have to quit, right? Let me just back up and start over again. Yet people get into clinch work and takedowns and it doesn't work exactly the way they expect, and they go, well, the technique is faulty or I just have to give up, right? It's a fight. You're going to adjust to what I'm doing. But every time you adjust, you give me an opportunity, right? If you try and move and I shift my balance away from here, well, now I'm off balance to this side, right? So once I get into this and I start working for the body lock, how he defends opens up so many other things. So for me, it's kind of one of the main hub attacks I'm going to use. I talked before about the 3 levels. Okay, this is going to be the body level. Okay, so it can start out in many ways. He throws a punch, I can come in, I can go under. There's going to be over-under clinches. Doesn't really matter. Okay, the thing is I can do this technique over both arms, under both arms, or over-under. It all operates the same. You're going to see me do it maybe 2 different ways right now. But very important. If in a judo match, I take you and I throw you and you land flat on your back way over there. Most likely ippon, I win. Yeah. Right? But in a fight or jiu-jitsu situation, what happens? You have to chase me. I got to go chasing over to find you, right? Yeah. And now I'm dealing maybe with your guard, kicking at me, getting back to your feet. So jiu-jitsu, the way I teach it, the takedowns, less is more. Right? I want to take you down and have you land right here. So if I did need to control you, you're right there, easy to control. And also I'm going to prevent certain other counterattacks you can do. Now, jiu-jitsu is? Lazy. So I see a lot of people do this technique and they try to run the guy over. Okay, again, you'll see the problem with that in a minute, but let's talk about what I'm really trying to do. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to pull his hips forward as far as I can, and then I'm going to push down on his upper body so he falls right there. That's it in essence. So your focus should be on pulling, not pushing. Okay, so right now we're going to do it from the double unders position. So I'm going to start double unders. Now, very important, I want to be in front of him. Okay, and I'll cover this more in a minute. I want to be in front of him because I'm powerful this way. My head, turn this way, wants to be on this side. My head is turned, I'm listening to his heart. I don't want my head down here. I want my head up where it's strong. This is very important. Now if I'm off to this side, I'm going to step a little bit in front. My hands lock, turn around a little bit, right at the soft spot above his hip bone. I don't want to be high, I can't bend him, and I don't want to be down on his hip bones because he's strong there. I want to slide up where I find the soft spot. Now I can lock the ball and hook grip, I can lock the S grip, I can lock the gable grip. I tend to use this grip so I can drive the bone of my arm into him a little bit harder. Okay? So when I'm here, I'm going to step to the front. Now normally we have our hips closed. So if I'm in tight like this in a reality situation, when I step around the front, I'm going to move my hips back. And as I do, I'm going to drop my level a little bit. Now very important, when I drop my level, I do not put my head down because now he's coming over the top or pushing my head down. I drop my head level and keep my head up. So I need to make this space between us so we're tight. I step around, I move my hips back. I'm open to a knee for just a second. Okay, so this has to be quick. Now I'm going to pull his hips to me. Good. And as I pull his hips, okay, I'm then going to push down with my head. So if you have somebody who's very strong, I pull in, and then my head pushes down. Now to be a good training partner, me have your back to the camera. When I take him down, I'll unlock, hold my hands. Even if I'm not a training partner, and this is a fight, I do not want to hold on to him. If I hold on to him, I'm going to get pulled to the ground with him. And my hands are actually going to get trapped underneath him. And this is pavement that could hurt. So as I take him down, again, I'm tight. I move, I drop my level. I can let go. Now, very important again, I really want to emphasize, let go. All right, so some of the mistakes I see is people stay turned to the side. This puts you way off balance, doesn't it? But what about when I do this? I'm off balance too, I'm very weak. This is a weak motion, right? So if I try to take you down, resist, I'm very weak that direction. I want to use the power of pulling into my body this way. So when I step in front, here, okay, now, again, I want my head just slightly on this side, okay, and I want my head up, okay. Now, as I step, I'll lower my head, but still I got good head posture. One little detail, as I pull in, I'll roll my hand up because I really want to lift his hips. Okay, I may sometimes even come up on my toes, you'll see. So this is not where I want to be, right? I step in front, slide my arms, move my hips, pull in, bow down, and here. Okay, so let's cover another important thing, which is the landing. Okay, notice again, he's dropping down. If I push, which you'll see sometimes, people just push the guy. Come back, and this time I want you to fall. Even if he falls now, look now, his legs are in front of me, so now I'm getting, especially if this is self-defense, he's already in a fight, he's gonna be kicking at me, backing me up, and I can't get control of him. Okay, also there's a chance that if I do take him down kind of aggressively, go ahead, go down, and we bounce, there's a chance he's gonna roll on top. Okay, so I really wanna settle him right between my legs. Now, do we go to the ground? We decide, right? So one thing I see sometimes is people will do this. They'll take the guy and they'll go right to mount. I don't like that because I've committed myself to being on the ground. So again, you have friends, what happens? You grab onto me, I can't get away, they start coming and kicking at me. Okay, so I like to take the guy down, stay standing, and then I can decide. So I'll show you what I do. So I'm here, I pull, and I connect my knees to my elbow, and I'm crouched. This means that I could stay here if I wanted to. I could step out, I can move away, or I can mount. So, come back up, please. One way not to fall, and you'll see this later, is if my elbows are off my body, you tend to lose your balance. So when I crouch and I'm taking him down, I want to connect my elbows to my thighs. This gives me a lot of stability. Also, notice, if I just take you down like this, and I stand like this, can you kick me? Yep. Can you put your feet on my hips and push me away and play guard? Yep. If I land like this, go ahead, I'm blocking everything off. Okay, here. This is also just a good passing position. So, we'll go to the ground now. So I'm here, I step in front, move my hips back, take him down, elbows right on my thighs. Now my hands go to the mat, my knees will follow. Nice soft landing. So again, I'm not gonna flop on top of the guy. So from here, again, I land right in this position. I come down, here, okay. Now, can you just stand up? From here, okay, let's turn this way. Let's say we're in our modified seatbelt position. I have control of the arm. My head is in his jaw, right? And I could reach under, but I just step around, lock. And when I lock, I walk right above the elbow, okay? So I don't want to come here where he lifts his arm. And I don't want to go below where he pulls his arm out. So here, lock, drop my level, pull in, let go. Everything is the same. Here. Let's say he's in my face, but his arms are down. I go in, lock, pull. Okay, so the same takedown can be done from all those different grips. Very important. I really want to emphasize he has a body lock, that he's not trying to do this from the side. Okay, you're going to be very off balance. Okay, he steps to the front. He pulls my hips in. Come back. If you have a little bit of trouble, you're a little bit weaker. This is something Erkan does. He locks his hands, steps to the front. As he pulls, he's going to walk his feet back to help break me down. Okay. This is also a good idea because it stops people whose instinct is to just push. So as I go here, sometimes I'll walk the person back because them having to walk forward takes away their base. Okay, so that is our basic body lock. It can be done against the fence, wall, freestanding. Very important. When he's got the over-under. Here, if I'm trying to hit you, I can't hit you, you step to the body lock. Exactly. Okay, so we're getting in, again, into that position where I'm trying to do takedowns from positions of safety. Not out here necessarily trying to shoot. We're going to get into all that. But especially from a self-defense perspective, this is where I want to be. And then again, if I go to the ground, I decide, or I back out, or I can strike from a top position. And that is our core clinch takedown, which is the body fold.